And I'm a black man, I'm an African.
The city of Ann Arbor is considering several proposals to thin the deer population that's getting out of control. One of the options could be killing the animals. 7 Action News reporter Andy Choi shows us how the city council plans to handle the deer problem.
Hunters sitting in tree stands, birth control, those are both options Ann Arbor City Council hopes to weigh in on after scores of residents voiced their concerns over the overcrowded deer population.
People are reporting seeing, deer herds these days. Not, an individual deer here and there, but, 6 to a dozen deer in their yard.
So we hear from our neighbors who are strongly impacted by it.
It has become a quality of life problem, right? And so it obviously has to do a lot with the environmental degradation that we're seeing.
City Council members Jane Lum and Sally Hart Peterson say Ann Arbor will take a look at both lethal and non-lethal methods to control deer. A resolution will now direct the city's administrator to collect data and find a solution. City leaders acknowledge the emotional component of their decision.
That is busy at their chore in your kingdom in Egypt, where your seed, your soul, your birthright, where your blood, your sweat, and your tears are gone. Now, it is nice to be important, but it is more important to just be nice. You know the story, that each journey is begun with one step. Well, you have been taking step 1, 2, and 3. To take yourself as a rough, raw, uncut stone and carve yourself into a perfect stone. To become one of the building blocks for a better life. Taking a good person yourself and just making yourself better. This is the purpose of the ancient Egyptian order. To change the soul, the mind, and the spirits of all human beings. To shove aside faith, belief, fiction, and myth, and replace it with reality. What is real? You exist.
Peace in Hotep. First, I want to give all honor and all praise to the God of my ancestors, the God of Africa, yes, Africa, the Most High, His Majesty, Amun-Ra. Second, I want to give all praise and all honor to my great ancient African Pharaoh ancestors. May they rest in peace. And I also want to give all praise and all honor to our great elder scholars that laid the foundation of this truth, such as Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Yosef Ben Yakanan, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Chancellor Williams, Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, and my brother Ashra Kwesi.
The first physician, long before some Hippocrates, and still our children are told that Hippocrates was, 2,000 years before Hippocrates was the father of medicine or physician. Imhotep predated him by 2,000 years. Now, unfortunately, you see Imhotep right here, and his head is now association. It's right here on the temple. All right, nothing new under the sun, as at least instruments that they use today. Okay, so you see walking in the Imhotep spirit right here.
Antonia?
Antonia? Okay. Again, we call on our spirit of our sisters who are got the Imhotep spirit. That means that they studied medicine according to that of Imhotep. I think when you took medicine, did you have to take the Hippocratic Oath?
Yes.
Okay, with the although you took the Hippocratic Oath, sisters, but that Hippocratic Oath was actually the oath dedicated to Imhotep.
A Louisiana man's diamond find has just about every married guy out there wondering why in the world we spent so much money on our wives at a jewelry store.
Wow, check out this 2.89 carat diamond found by Brandon Calenda from Louisiana.
He named the stone the Jax diamond after his infant son, Jackson. Park interpreter Margie Jinks says Brandon found his diamond after searching for only about 20 minutes.
20 minutes, 2.89 carats, and it was... You gotta be kidding me. The big find happened on March 6th at Crater of Diamond State Park in Murfreesboro on the western edge of Arkansas, where they advertise park policy on diamonds is finders keepers.
And man, we're doing something kind of different for you guys today. We're out here, we're going to do gold mining. And of all things, I got hit up on the Bakersfield Tough site or on the Facebook page, and it sounded really interesting to me. So we're out here, and here's the guys who are going to make this stuff happen today. Let's introduce everybody let's introduce you guys to everybody. So let's start over here. Who are we talking to?
I'm Dave Lindenberger.
Okay, Dave.
I'm John Rolls.
All right, and?
I'm Robert.
All right. And I had no idea there's actually gold in this river, and probably a lot of people don't realize there is gold in this river, but there is, right? I mean, there is gold, and you say, and we had talked, and you said actually we were going to find some today, right? You think?
Yeah, we'll find some gold today.
Okay.
The original gold strike was in 1850 up in Greenhorn Gulch. The Fremont Party was doing an expedition, and they discovered the gold in Greenhorn Gulch and led to a big gold rush in Kern County.
Okay, so how often do you guys actually gold mine through here? I mean, do a lot of people do that, or is this, I mean, kind of a rare thing, or?
We try to get out at least once a month with our club.
Okay. And how can you join the club? Like if someone want to join it, just anybody?
We have a website. You could find us in the Kern County Prospectors.
Okay.
We have a website.
So explain a little bit that a lot of people are going to be thinking that, well, okay, this river, I mean, I'm sure people have, mined here before, but you say that there's a constant influx of gold coming in, right? I mean, from the upper mountains. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, the gold continues to flow downward with the path of the erosion. As the river carries the gold from the original ore deposits that are up in the mountains, it keeps floating down that river. So it's constantly moving as the water in the winter time, we had the snow melt, and then in the spring as it starts to melt, it washes that really quickly down the river. So every year is sort of a little bit more that keeps flowing this way.
What that's caused is like your riffles in a sluice box.
Okay.
The gold would come in and the gold's heavier, so the next storm that came through, the gold actually fell down through this and deposited in here like a...
Yeah. So these are key areas you're going to look for through right here.
This is a key area you look for. Okay. You have your bigger rock, and on the side of you here, you have smaller rock.
Yeah.
And if you can see the color of the copper color,
yeah,
that's a good indication of nice gold in there too.
Interesting. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so can you explain what we're doing here? Tell me what we're doing here.
What we're doing is we're just dumping the dirt in here, and which down here, it's vibrating, kind of like the sluice box, and what happens when it vibrates, it'll vibrate the heavy stuff on out, and it will hold the gold down on your mat and in your riffles.
So the gold, because it's heavier than the rock, kind of drops down into the...
Yes, it'll drop down and it'll stick.
And then after... What's making this thing shake? The blower? That catches all the gold?
That catches the gold.
Okay.
The gold will actually set in here. There's some small
Can't
pieces
really see,
in here.
but yeah, we'll have to. So you get that? You take that to water or no?
No, this stays dry. You just shake it off.
Really? Oh, okay. So it just stays in there.
Slide that back up in there.
Oh, it's in there. Wait, show me this. Go back down. Pull that out. So this fan right here, how does it work? It shakes the...
The air comes in and turns the fan.
Oh, and it's out of balance a little bit?
And this weight here.
Yeah.
That's what creates the shaking of the machine.
Yeah, it's out of balance a little bit.
As it turns,
right.
It bounces the machine up and down to give vibration.
Okay, that seems simple.
And with the airflow, it blows it over the riffles.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're out here now, we're out on the river a little bit, and explain, now this is one of the important tools here, right, of picking up gold. And okay, so let's explain what this is and how it works and all that good stuff.
Okay, this is a sluice box.
Okay.
And the design really hasn't changed much from the time of the original miners during the gold rush.
Okay.
Except they're made out of metal.
Same consistency as gold. It's the same heavy material, so it'll be the last thing that's left in our pan.
Right.
And you're starting to see the little bits of gold that are coming up right there.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're actually getting the gold actually out of the smallest black sand there.
Oh wow.
See how the gold is coming out? The gold is the heaviest thing. It'll be the last thing left behind in the pan.
That's actually bigger than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I mean, you
stuff.
got some flakes in there, you know what I mean?
You cannot just rip the hide off like a deer or a hog. You literally have to cut every square. And you go sharpen your knife real good, come back, be very careful, because if you sharpen your knife, chances are you're gonna add more pressure and cut a hole in your hide. That's not what you're looking for. This is a very, very, very easy spot to nick your hide. Tenderloin is. I'll show you how we get to it. That's your top loin. Beautiful piece of white meat. There's the jelly roll right there. Look at this, Scott. You'll see what the most beautiful piece of meat on an alligator is. Right there. That's it. A lot of people call that the jelly roll or the tenderloin. Best piece of meat on an alligator. That's called your bottom wrap. Look at that big beautiful fillet of alligator tail. Here is what many would consider is the second best piece of meat on an alligator. That's his jaw meat. This jaw muscle out. Good. White meat. All right, so now we've got all the major muscles taken off. Now we're gonna start coming around and cutting off all these secondary muscles which make absolutely great meat. Beautiful. Doesn't even have any fat in it. We can grind it up, make it awesome gator burgers. Now, look at that. That's a full-grown rack of alligator ribs. Trim those up, season them with some Everglades. They're going on a smoker. All right, you guys, so that's it.
Clear the earth and make it flat as possible. And make like a, what will be known as a frying pan, a skillet, cooking sheet out of clay. Get your ground flat as you can, you know. And you put your clay down, which I'll show you in a minute here. Take your clay and you basically just kind of flatten it all down. You know, you get your stick, whatever, use your hand. Just make it simple. You can make it round, square. I'm gonna work with it here, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll just let it dry overnight. Okay, got a little water on it, and smoothing it down, and I found it's a lot easier to get it smooth like this. Let it dry overnight. Old oak tree. These acorns right here will be gathered here. And gather these up, break them up, and do as I was taught a long time ago, and making some like a bread out of it in a quick way. Go break them up. Here's the results of letting that dry in the cooking plate. A lot of tribes and other countries too in Brazil use this. I use clay, smoothing it. Just get it smooth as I can, and I will fire it, and then I use smash them up, basically. Put it down. Like a rock. Take my main round rock, hollow spot in here, fire. It's getting warm, and then I'll cook on it a little bit here. A little bit. Add a little bit of water to it. Not take much. That's enough right there. Patty cake it down. And then I'll take it to the fire. Here. Put it on there, and then I'll go flatten it down and work with it. Work with it here. Sorry about that. When it cools down, I'll get back and we'll try it out. Try it out here. Really not like a cracker. You can make it a bread. You can make it a lot bigger, but actually it's good. Cooked out here in the woods. It's good. I like it.
So you got motherfuckers that's telling you, you not from Africa. You from here. That motherfucker's an agent. He's an agent. That's all he could be.
I'm lost without you. Can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? I'm lost without you. Can't help myself. City.